You're good.
All right, so today we're going to be making a sock monkey. The items that you will need are a pair of long socks, a Sharpie, thread, a needle, a pair of scissors, and stuffing. First thing that you're going to do is turn the socks inside out. So go through the opening, grab the toes, pull it all the way through. The first one you're going to flatten on its side. The second one you're going to flatten front to back after you turn it inside out. So flatten it front to back. Try and get the seam in the middle and then lay them on a flat surface. Next, you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to draw the pattern on to the socks. For the one that's laying sideways, we're going to draw the tail, the arms, and 2 ears. You are not going to be drawing on the elastic top. You're going to start with one arm on the side, and you're going to draw the arm line straight up to the heel, just like it shows on the pattern. You're going to make your second all the way down, curve the bottom, try your best to make the arms the same length and width. And then last, you're going to draw in the tail. The tail is going to go all the way up the side, all the way to the mouth. And then you've got one more arm in here. And then as it shows in the pattern, you're going to draw the ears, 2 ears. One, 2. On the body, this is going to be the body, this is going to be the butt, and these are going to be your legs. Go from the edge, again, not going on the elastic. Go from the edge, and then go from the butt. Again, that's going to be the butt where the heel is. And draw your line straight down and curve at the bottom. Make your next leg curved at the same spot. Then draw down. You need to leave space in between for your stitching and your cutting. Make your pattern look like that. Next, you're going to take your thread. You're going to go 2 arms length, this long. Remember, every time you thread, you're going to start with thread this long. You're going to thread your needle. You're going to tie a knot in the end, and you are going to back stitch on all of the lines. So you're going to start. You can start on the legs. You're going to take your needle, you're going to go up from the front to the back, pull till the thread stops and the knot has hit the back of the sock. Then you're going to go down. Remember, the width should not be wider than your pinky nail. And you're going to pull until the thread stops. Then you're going to take a stitch, moving forward, again, not any wider than your pinky nail. You're going to pull all the way till the thread stops. And remember, this is the back stitch, so you're going to go back into the last hole you were in to make that stitch. And from now on, you're always going to go forward and back. I'm going to show you a couple of stitches. If your thread knots up like that, just pull one of the threads to make that even again, and continue stitching. When you get to your thread being roughly 2 inches long, you're going to do a finishing knot. Okay? And then you're going to get thread as long as 2 arms lengths, and you're going to continue stitching. You are going to sew all of the solid lines with the back stitch. Once all of the lines have been sewn, the tail, the arms, the ears, you are going to cut out all of the pieces. You're going to cut away from the stitching, and you're going to cut out all parts. Using your fabric scissors, I'm going to start with the tail and the arms. I'm going to cut this band off. That's trash, you can throw that away. Then I'm going to cut my arms out. I'm going to leave space between the stitching and the edge so it doesn't unravel. I'm going to curve the fabric. I'm going to cut all the way up to the mouth, making sure I do not cut the mouth, which is going to be the heel. Then I'm going to cut across. And I have one arm. Next, I'm going to cut out my second arm. Again, staying away from the stitches, keeping it in the middle. Cutting up, then cutting it across. Being careful not to cut the stitches. Now I have my second arm. I'm going to cut off this extra fabric at the bottom. Now I have my tail to finish cutting out. I'm going to cut to the end and then cut across. There's my tail. Now I have 2 ears. Cut any extra fabric off. There's my ears. Here is my mouth. Now I'm going to cut out the 2 legs. This is the body. These are the legs. I'm going to cut the band off at the bottom. Then I'm going to cut straight up, and I'm going to stop right at the top of the stitching. And I'm going to cut right to the top of the stitching. And that's it. Then I have legs, body, head, butt. Step 6, you're going to take all pieces and you're going to turn them right side out through the opening. You're going to open it. I'm starting with the tail. And you're going to turn it right side out. Just as if you were turning a shirt right side out. So push the fabric through the opening. You can use a pencil or a pen by going in the bottom, pushing in the bottom, then taking a pen or a pencil and pulling the fabric over the pen or the pencil. And this will turn the pieces inside out as well. There's my tail. Then I'm going to do my arms, my ears, and then you're going to do your legs. So again, for the legs, easiest way is at the bottom. Push the feet in at the bottom. Take your pen or pencil, push it through till it comes out what would be the crotch area on the monkey. There's one leg. Again, take the foot area, push it in so there is a little tube starting to form. Take the pen, push it through, and again, coming out the opening, turn the leg inside out. Now you have the legs right side out and the body is still inside out. So you're going to turn that by going through the opening in the crotch, pushing the head all the way out. Now your pieces are ready to be stuffed. Okay, so how you stuff the monkey's body, arms, legs, I should say, is you're gonna open the opening at the top. You're gonna take a small amount of stuffing and you're going to use your finger and push it into the opening. And then you scrunch up the arm onto your thumb so that you can shove the stuffing in. You can also use the end of a pencil with an eraser to get the stuffing in. Okay, if your arms appear lumpy or your legs appear lumpy, you're just going to use your fingers to smooth them out. I still have a little bit of space here on the arm. I'm going to continue to stuff. Again, taking your finger, putting it inside the tube of the arm, and stuffing it with the stuffing. You want to stop with about 1/4 of an inch left from the top to the top of the stuffing. The ears, you just insert stuffing into them, having enough space at the edge to sew it together. For the body and the legs, you are going to stuff the legs through the opening in the crotch, working the fabric and stuffing the same way. Squish it up on your finger, and then if it's too lumpy, you're going to, like this is right here, you're going to pull a little bit of stuffing back. Again, by inserting your finger and pulling the stuffing through to make it a smooth transition. Then you're going to stuff the body again through the opening. You're going to take your fingers and stuff the stuffing in through the opening in the crotch, pushing it all the way up to the head. Now you want your sock monkey to be able to sit on his butt, so make sure that you get stuffing in the heel area. Continue to stuff. You want him to be full, but not super fat. I still need a little stuffing here in the top parts of my legs, so I'm going to take some, push it in, again through the opening. Next, once the entire thing has been stuffed, you are going to do the slip stitch to close the opening in the crotch. So you're going to get your needle threaded, get your thread this long, thread your needle, tie a knot in the end, and we're going to slip stitch the opening for step 8. Okay, so once you have your needle threaded with yarn and a knot in the end, you're going to go into the opening and put your needle through the outside edge. You're going to pull till the knot is hidden inside the leg, and then you're going to do a slip stitch. So you're going to take the needle and you're going to go from the top to the bottom. Top to bottom. Top to bottom. And you're going to do that all the way across the opening. If you want, you can use thread that is the same color as the sock so that it doesn't show. I'm using black so that it does show for you. And then you want to pull. Don't pull hard where the sock will tear, but you want to pull hard enough where the thread is hidden. Okay, once the opening is all the way sewn across, you're going to do a finishing knot into the seam of the sock monkey. So to do that finishing knot, you're going to go through a stitch. You're going to pull the needle all the way through, creating a loop. Go through that loop, turn around, go through the new loop, and pull. And that creates your finishing knot. You can then take your scissors and cut that off. Now the opening is sewn in the legs. Step 9, you're going to take your thread, you're going to get it 2 arms length. You're going to tie a knot in the end, and you're going to do a running stitch around the top 1/4 of an inch from the edge. So you're going to take your needle, go inside so that the knot is hidden on the inside, and you're going to do the running stitch. Remember, the running stitch is going in and out, in and out at the same time. In, out, until you reach the other side. In, out. Then you're going to pull till the arm cinches up. And then you're going to do a finishing knot. You're going to do the running stitch on that arm, the second arm, the end of the tail, and the edges of the ears. And then you will attach the arms, tail, ears to the sock monkey in our next step. When you have done the running stitch around the tail and the arms 1/4 of an inch from the edge, before you pull it, tuck in the opening into the arm, then pull it, and it creates a seam clean finish. Then you're going to sew through that to secure it in place, and then do a finishing knot.